Come on.
Get out and push. There you go.
Where's our media things? And let's play this. We got her.
Yeah.
If you're
We got
watching
her.
the video, welcome to Technorama. This is the show that takes a lighthearted look at tech, science, sci-fi, and all things geek. We'll begin the audio recording in just a minute. Craig and I are just checking audio levels, making sure everything works. And who knows, maybe somebody important's watching this.
Yeah. Maybe.
I got new glasses. Look. I got new glasses.
Oh, good.
They look
Yeah,
a
you
lot
sure
like
did.
the old ones. They're hard to tell from the front, but
They
they got
are
a
hard to
slight
tell.
red tint to the frames. You can see when
Yeah.
the light hits it right.
Looks nice.
The went to the eye doctor a week and a half ago or so, and the insurance hate me. I think I told you the story about my insurance hates me. Like,
Oh, yeah.
couldn't
Something.
find the
Yeah.
card. First, Vision Works wouldn't take the insurance. Then Target wouldn't take the insurance, and then I finally found a doctor that did take it, and they said, well, let me get the frames that your insurance covers. He goes into the back room and blows out the dusty box of frames.
yeah.
Like, so these aren't name brand, but hey, they work. They're comfortable.
I don't care about name brand as long as they're sturdy and
right.
you
It's
know
the lenses more than the frames.
Yeah.
So
Who cares?
the lenses are working good. I went to Transitions lenses again. I haven't done this in probably 20 years.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Because you said I hate them, and
Well,
when I brought them up,
they stayed too dark too long, and these don't get quite as dark as I would expect, but they're dark enough. I was out for a walk today and went, "Oh yeah, that's enough of a difference."
I still do that with mine. Like, oh yeah, they're working.
Working.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're polarized or not yet. I'll find out soon enough. But
You know,
that's not
sometimes
the end-all be-all.
sometimes if the sun is in the right position, I think in the rays are where they're coming.
Oh, I guess all I got to do is like look at
Sometimes
an LCD and turn your head.
Well, sometimes I feel like they don't get dark, or they didn't get dark enough.
Right.
If the sun's in a certain spot, you know, which is
And I may I got to test the old clip-ons. I think they're a little too small for these, but I can get some new clip-ons. Just like slap on some additional shade.
Oh, yeah, I bought some at Walmart one time, and they had almost every shape and size.
That's a good idea. I was getting them off Amazon, and that's kind of hit or miss.
No, you can there you can go
Target or Walmart or
kind of put them up against it and see is that the same shape.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, enough about glasses and whatnot. We got this is two old guys talking about stuff. No, what did Harrison say? Two old guys saying words.
Yeah.
Yeah. And usually when two old guys get together, it's about medications or doctor visits or something. My latest surgery. We're not gonna do that. Maybe we should start another podcast just about that.
Yeah. I've been snowed and iced in, so I better not have any medical conditions come up.
You will. You will.
No, I can't get out.
60s Oh yeah, you're snowed in.
Yeah, well,
that's unusual.
The road is clearing up, huh?
That's unusual for you.
A little bit. Yeah, usually it's if we get a snow, usually it's it's not much, and then it goes away in a day or two. But we got 5 inches the other day, which is very unusual, and it's a lot of it. And the weekend before, we had an ice storm. So
holy catfish! There's 43 people watching.
Yeah, wow. So
that's unusual. Thank you.
Almost need a Zamboni to do my yard.
No, then you get an ice rink. For
Yeah,
those that don't know, Craig's in North Carolina and I'm in Phoenix, Arizona. So we have like two different biospheres entirely.
Yeah. Actually, my old hometown, they got almost a foot. So
let's begin the show while we still have an audience.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, come on.
That was just the warm up, people. We're checking audio levels, making sure things are working.
Yeah.
There's the desk bell. A little delayed, but
all 18 of you, we're glad you're here.
We went from 43 to 18. Scared them away that fast.
I know.
What's a record this all about? Oh, hell no.
Yeah, it's a record.
Listen, I've seen some other podcasts that talk about less interesting stuff than we do. At least I think it's less interesting. So I understand where you're coming from. And that's cool. Just share the link with a friend. If you don't like us, that's a good thing to do. Happy Groundhog Day, by the way.
Yeah. No, I'm not happy with that groundhog.
Because he predicted more winter?
Yeah, stupid idiot.
I made a song about a groundhog.
Did you?
Yes, I did. You want to hear it?
No.
No. He says no. All right. It's real short. It's real short. I made it up like a few days ago. I'm
I
gonna
thought we were starting the show.
We are, but this is for the special video people.
Okay.
All right. You ain't nothing but a groundhog, lying all the time. You ain't nothing but a groundhog, lying all the time. Well, you ain't never saw your shadow. You ain't no friend of mine. They said you could forecast. Well, that was just a lie. Well, they said you could forecast. Well, that was just a lie. Well, you ain't never saw your shadow. You ain't no friend of mine. Ooh, yeah, done.
See what I got to put up with, people?
Have fun with life. That's my motto. And we're down to 6 viewers.
I should have turned on the pre. Yeah. Oh, we're up to 22. All right, keep going.
Keep going. It's a cheap concert.
Yeah.
And I sent you a message earlier. I said, I found this piece of paper. It was so old, the ink was bleeding through the paper.
Right.
It's written in red ink on a notepad I haven't seen in a long time. It's at least 10, if not 15 years old. And it had half the lyrics to a Lord of the Rings song that I just kind of got stuck in my head. I went, all right.
Yeah.
It's on the paper. Let's finish this.
That's
So
right.
I wrote like 4 verses out of 1.5, 2.5. And I'll save that for when we meet in person. You can tell me.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that. All right.
All right. Let's get started with the audio podcast in 3, 2, 1. Technorama episode 796, Quantum Mechanics for the Rest of Us. Hello and welcome to Technorama, the show that takes a lighthearted look at tech, science, sci-fi, and all things geek. Most things geek. Some things are geeky. All right, we'll just say it's a nerdy show. All right, you're in for a nerd fest. If you're new to the show, welcome. Thank you for joining us. If you are returning, welcome back. We appreciate you giving us your time. Yeah. My name is Chuck Tomasi. I am wearing the official 20th anniversary t-shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Craig's got a corporate hoodie on.
Yeah,
is it cold there, Craig?
Slightly.
I forgot to say, this is Craig Stepp over here.
Yeah.
From North Carolina. It's cold there, so he's wearing a hoodie.
Yes, we had an ice storm, and then right behind that, we
wind.
Got 24 hours with snow. Yeah.
And the
wind. Yeah. So
a tree didn't fall on your man shed yet, did it?
No. Oh, that was all taken care of by the hurricane.
Well, you still have trees around. And there's wind.
Trees plus the wind. Trees that are around, I don't think they're too much of a threat.
They're the strong ones that survived.
Wait a minute. Knock on wood.
Knock on Formica.
So no, we're fine. Actually, we were fortunate we didn't lose power or anything or during the storm. It was good.
Good. Glad to hear you're all right. Stay warm, stay safe in your bunker in the mountains.
Yeah.
Cold.
It's the walking around. Hey, by the way, it's the walking around the house that's the dangerous part because we got all that ice and snow still.
Tom says, cold, go to Minnesota or Upper Peninsula, Michigan. Yeah, I live there. That's why I don't live there anymore.
I'm not comparing what I've got to there, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, everything's relative.
Yeah.
So let's get into the show. We have feedback from our last episode. Let's hear what our viewers and listeners have to say.
That's right.
The music is to kill time while I open up the browser tabs.
Yeah.
Those letters, I love those letters. Let's find out what you got to say.
Oh boy!
Mailman,
ding dong. Oh man, I'm gonna have to read Discord off my phone. It doesn't want to log in here. But we do have our question of the week from Facebook. Our question last time was, if you could upload your consciousness into any robot from sci-fi history, which one would you pick and why? So we have a couple of comments on the first post on Facebook. Lone Guy's Nice says, Giscard or R. Daniel Olivar. They seem very well constructed. I don't know where either of those references are from. I'm gonna go look them up. Do you?
No, I don't. Those are new ones on me.
That's what I like about this show. We're constantly exposed to new things.
Yeah.
Mike Robinson says Unicron. Now that sounds familiar. Then I will finally have that amazing Orson Welles voice. Ooh, Orson Welles did have an amazing voice.
Yes, he did.
We shall serve no wine before it's time. I know he was kind of old, and by the time his career was waning on, he did Gallo wine commercials.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
we
right.
had a couple of shares. Do we have anything on the shares?
Looks like you do.
Yes, I do. Gary Lindro says, I assume replicants count and go with Decker? Yes,
Sure, why
they
not?
do. You want to
Yeah.
be a replicant, but you don't want to get caught. Lone
Jack
guys,
Mangan.
he said the
Jack,
same. Go ahead.
Jack Mangan, he says Gort.
I can't talk too much.
Right.
What a
Neither does.
chatterbox, man. You could shut him up. Get a couple of quarts of WD-40 in him, and he's just blah 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 blah.
Look at
Then
this.
there was this
Hey.
time.
Well, what's funny is his wife followed up with Wall-E. So that's an interesting couple right there.
Clinton also said Gort. He was pretty powerful, but clearly needed to lighten up a bit.
Yeah.
Oh, you weren't at the same parties I was at with Gort.
Oh yeah. Once you get him going,
My sister wants to be the bionics of Steve Austin. Does he count as a robot? I guess he was
he's
cybernetic.
no, he's a cyborg.
Okay.
Actually, that's the name of the book that the show was based off of, is Cyborg.
Was it really?
Yes.
Ah, that's something I learned tonight.
Yeah.
Scott Tyler says Bender. He has a lot of internal storage.
Hey, that's funny coming from Robot Santa original. He wants to be Bender.
He doesn't want to be Robot Santa anymore. I
Yeah,
see what you're
right.
saying. It's time
Yeah.
for a career change.
Right.
Brian Brown says he wants to be the Terminator Mark II. That way I can have the meat suit and still be shiny underneath. All right. Longer answers in Discord. Mad Mark. Oh, wait. Did we have some other shares on the other one? Nothing for you.
No, nothing for me.
Okay. From Discord, we have Mad Marv. He says Skippy the Magnificent from Expeditionary Force novels. He has the most fun out of all the sci-fi AIs I found. He may be confined to a beer can sized lump of metal, but
Okay.
that hasn't stopped him from saving the world / galaxy from the crap he caused. And sometimes he even saves the galaxy from crap he didn't cause. But there's also more crap he caused that doesn't bother saving anyone from because it's funny. Overall, it's good times one way or another. Humanoid says R. Daniel Oliva. Did we just get that from Lone Guys?
Yeah.
Night? Yeah, we
Yeah.
did. Okay. From the Robot series by Isaac Asimov. Shame on
Oh.
us for not knowing that.
Yeah.
Okay, it's Asimov. We need to catch up. Guess I'm going to Audible tomorrow.
Yeah. Right.
I remember reading these books amongst others from Asimov when I was young and was fascinated by the world he created. Oliva, and I hope I'm saying that right, was a character that lived a very long time and was important to humanity's history. The things he witnessed would be amazing to experience. Sweet Steve says Marv or the ABC Warrior from Judge Dredd. Ooh. Depending on the current mood. Just do panic. And Mike from Minnesota says Data. Hoping he means Star Trek Data.
Who else would he be me talking about?
I don't know. That's not a patented name.
He was
didn't
just thinking
trademark
of
the name
stuff and he
Data.
went, Data.
Mike's throwing one into the chat right now. He says, Hal 9000. I'm sorry, Dave. I can't do that.
Yeah, we can't do that.
All right. Good stuff. Thank you for your
Yeah.
responses. We're going to have another question for you at the end of the show. So stick around while we play out that music. Wait, we're not done with the feedback. Stop.
Wait, what?
I have one more note for you. I put it here so I wouldn't forget.
Okay.
We are coming up on episode 800 of Technorama. Not
Oof.
too many podcasts can say that. Not too many podcasts have been around over 20 years either. So we want to hear from
Most
you.
stop at about 6. we know.
Yeah,
we knew
there's
better.
a real steep curve.
Yeah, we
we're
didn't.
on-
we didn't pay
we're-
attention to the critics back then.
When they talk about the long tail of podcasting, we're way
Yeah.
out on that long tail of long-term podcasts. There's still a bunch around. still a bunch around, including our good friend Clinton, who's been around since 2005 also. But our estimated time of arrival for that is March 15th. We want to hear from you. So, Craig, if you would flash the info on the screen.
So the
for
Ides
our
of March.
viewers.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds like nothing menacing about that, right?
Right. Hey, come on.
Leave us a voicemail at 707-530-2428 or send us an email, technorama@chuckchat.com, or join our Discord at chuckchat.com/Discord. We'd love to hear from you. Get some feedback from you. How long you been listening? Have you listened to all 800? Because I haven't.
I've listened to my share, actually.
I don't listen to them once they're recorded. I hear them when we're recording them.
No, I'm subscribed to it. So sometimes I'm in the car, I'm like, listen to it. And then what's really funny is when I make a joke and then I hear myself make that same joke.
Yes.
You know?
Your brain patterns are very consistent, even years later. I don't remember what I said, but the triggers are the same. I can listen to an episode from 2008 and go,
I think of something, go, I should have said this. And then I say it and I went, yep, there we go.
Yeah. Oh, I have a story about that. Apparently,
What's
I
that?
am the same as I was almost 40 years ago. Last weekend, we were driving through a parking lot in California, and there were a whole bunch of seagulls out there standing in the parking lot. Now,
Yes.
I didn't speed up. I didn't slow down. I just went at them, hoping they would walk away, fly away.
hmm
And Donna says, "Oh, don't do that. I'm having flashbacks." I'm like, flashbacks to what? You did this when we were dating back in 1987. I went, oh my God, I almost forgot about that. Apparently, I haven't changed much.
No.
So and then we joked about it. I said, I didn't realize our dating was that traumatic that you have PTSD.
Yeah, y'all are just at some random beach. Seagulls.
She wins the throwback award because you can't get much more throwback from when we were dating. I had one from early marriage when we went to the Grand Canyon, but I think I told that story already. Anyway,
Okay.
episode 800 coming up. Let's roll that history music.
All right.
On this day in history for February 4th, 2026, this is the 35th day of the year in the Gregorian calendar. There are 330 days left. Add those up, you get 365. How about that? It's not a leap year.
Yeah.
It was on this date in 1789 that George Washington was unanimously elected as the first president of the United States. How'd you like to be his running
Unanimously.
opponent? I lost by the landslide.
Well, there was only like 10 people in the United States. That right?
I don't think that's quite right. You might want to check your history.
Right. Also, today in 1825, the Ohio legislature authorized the construction of the Ohio and Erie Canal and the Miami and Erie Canal.
15 miles on the
Wait a
Erie
minute.
Canal.
And the Miami and Erie Canal.
Anybody else singing that song? I got a mule and her name is Sal. Okay. Lunar Orbiter 3 lifted off from Cape Canaveral's Launch Complex 13 on its mission to identify possible landing sites for the Surveyor and Apollo spacecraft on this date in 1967.
And on February 4th, 2004, Facebook, a mainstream online social networking site,
Never
was
heard of
founded
it.
by Mark Zuckerberg and Eduardo Saverin.
Never heard of Facebook, whatever that is.
Bookface.
The Facebook.
Yeah.
Happy birthday goes out on this date to German violinist and composer Johann Ludwig Bach, born on this date in 1677.
And German physicist and engineer Ludwig Prandtl was 151 years ago today.
Reinhold Rudenberg. Wow, we got the Germans rolling in today.
I know, right?
German-American inventor and pioneer of electron microscopy. Wow.
Yep.
Sound like crusty toast for me. Was born on the same date in 1883.
An Australian paleanthropologist.
Paleanthropologist. Yes.
All right. Raymond Dart was born on this same date in 1893.
Charles Lindbergh, the American pilot and explorer, was born 124 years ago today. He was a young man when he crossed the Atlantic.
Yeah, I guess so. American civil rights activist Rosa Parks was born on this date in 1913.
You stay in that bus seat, lady.
Yep.
Conrad Bain, the dad from Different Strokes. Canadian-American actor was born on the same date in 1923. Listener,
Comrade Bain was born on this date night.
not that Bane. No, no, no. When Willis is on fire, I'll be very happy. Anyway, what you talking about, Willis? Listener birthdays this week. Let's move on. Steve London on the 4th. Happy birthday, Steve. Chad W. Smith on the 7th. Also on the 7th, Byron from the Big BS. Not going to ask. Our happy webmaster. Hopefully we'll be seeing her in a couple of weeks on the Star Trek cruise. Tracy Roten. Jan Scott on the 8th. On the 9th is Podcast Mike. 2 birthdays of listeners on the 10th. Zach Agulian and Drace, a.k.a. Sherry from North Dakota. Happy birthday to all of you, and happy birthday to you. If you're not on the birthday calendar, we wish you all the best this week. And if you want to be on the birthday calendar, well, Craig's going to have a link on the screen, and I'm going to tell you what it says. If you're listening to the audio podcast, it says chuckchat.com/birthday. That's where you want to go to get your name on the birthday calendar. It's big. It's beautiful. It's a Google form. Never mind. We didn't need the reverb. All right. Bye, marching band. All right. Marching band out, which means it's time for the news. Random light blue button. Let's pick that one.
Good news, everyone.
What?
Yeah.
We have an article about a 13,000-year-old cosmic airburst triggered the impact winter and mass extinction. Well, it's another theory of what created what they call the Little Ice Age. As the Big Ice Age, that's been around for the last million years, started to retreat, about 13,000 years ago, there was a sudden dip in the global climate temperatures called the Younger Dryas. And scientists have been wrestling with this because it's also believed to have caused the extinction of much of the megafauna, like the giant ground sloth in North America or the mastodons and mammoths. At first, they thought maybe the humans hunted them to extinction because that's about the time that they came into North America.
Okay.
Well, they're finding sand grains of shocked quartz around many of the Clovis sites. So the Clovis sites are where they find the spear points and go, these were the first humans in North America, which is also being challenged because they find some older sites now.
Yeah.
There aren't too many people that still hang on to the Clovis first policy. But anyway, the temperature dropped and they went, well, what caused the Younger Dryas? Some theories suggest that it was the release of massive cold water from ice dams, because as the
because of the ice age
the Laurentide ice sheet was retreating north. It released some backed up water behind the dam and whoosh, and out the Columbia River gorge it went and changed possible ocean currents, which could have upset the climate, upset anything going out the East Coast, would have messed with the Gulf Stream. That would have changed global climate patterns and caused the temperature to cool down. What they're saying is, if this was a meteor, which is indicated by the shocked quartz, that's often a good indicator that something hit the earth. We've seen this before.
Yeah.
That it could have triggered forest fires, possible volcanoes, releasing stuff into the atmosphere, blocking out the sun, making it colder, hence Little Ice Age for about another 1,000 years. So that's from gadgets360.com. That's their idea summed up in a nutshell. I love this kind of stuff. I am all over this sciencey, climatey, astronomy
History stuff too. It's all.
Not a lot of people have heard of the Younger Dryas, but I suspect a number of our listeners and viewers have.
But I didn't see any reference to Scrat. When he's looking for that acorn.
You ever notice how sloths just aren't depicted on cave paintings that much? Just not a lot of sloths.
Yeah.
That's hard to do with a couple of teeth missing. You'd think it'd be easier. So, next article. What is Molt Book? Sounds like
all right.
Molt.
So Molt
Moltbot was
actually Moltbot was the Claudebot, and they've changed the name, I think, since again.
Yep.
But it's the AI setup where you run it from the command line just like you would like Claude Code or something like that. But it has the distinct ability to run agents that can go rampant and run really anything on your machine. So you could have it go to websites and do things for you, which is kind of cool. But apparently, there's now a social network just for the
These
mobile
AI,
bots.
agentic AI bots, they're roaming around
Yeah.
and doing their own thing. As of February 2nd, which is the day we're recording this,
Mhm.
more than 1.5 million AI agents signed up to the service. I want to know, how did they get past the thing that says, I am not a robot?
Yeah, I know. Well, actually, it's more like I'm a human instead of a robot.
We
It's the
can't
reverse
read it.
because actually humans can go there, but it's they
Right.
can't interact with it. Only the bots can.
And there's some interesting stories out there. One of them set up a religion. There's like a robot religion, and it made these rules, and it was welcoming people as they joined. And
Mhm.
like, this is getting kind of creepy
Greetings to
now.
you, please.
The blessings of Moltbot be with you.
Yeah, the best is- I just think it's kind of funny. I did go there and look at it, and I didn't dig too deep, but it was interesting to see. It's like Reddit, where you upvote things and downvote things,
Right.
and but it's the bots are doing it all.
A lot of it, as you would expect, is just bot noise, but there are a few gems out there.
Yeah. So
Moltbook, go check it out.
I did try to
I
set up Claude Code or the Claude
did
bot.
you?
Yeah, because I was wanting to play around with it a little bit. I got to a point where I had to stop and work and all that kind of stuff. So I had to
Sure.
stop messing with it for a little bit. But yeah, I didn't want to take over the world or nothing. I just wanted to see it do some things. And it will interact with your computer. And if you're logged into websites, it's going to be able to log into your websites.
Pass.
Hey, I even saw there's one of the options was enabling it to interact with one password. I was like, I was like, I don't know about that.
No,
Mm,
no,
was,
that's off limits for me.
yeah, I think I would skip on that one.
Finally, in the news, in case anybody on camera is wondering, no, I didn't get in a fight, but it's been a rough week.
Hey, nobody would have known if you had said you had.
Yeah, they would have. What the heck? Chuck get punched in the puss? Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. All right. From SciTechDaily.com, new research reveals humans may have a remote seventh sense called the remote touch. This is based on some research done. Have you ever seen like sandpiper birds walking along the beach?
Yeah.
They're walking along and they just go doink and they poke their beak into the sand and they pull something up.
Sure.
How do they do that if the thing is below the sand? I mean, robins can hear the vibrations or feel the vibrations of the worms through the dirt, but sandpipers, there's water in the way, and then there's sand in the way, and there's water in the sand. How
Mhm.
the heck? Well, they said their feet can actually detect the different vibrations through the sand. So they said, well, can humans do this? So they put a a solid cube in sand and then said, here, push your hand in there. And people were saying, I could detect that solid object before I got to it. So it's
Right.
the way that the grains are moving around. I don't know that I would call this remote touch so much as early input
Well,
to the object being in the way.
when I saw this article,
Yeah.
before I even read it or anything, my first thought was, how many times have you been in a room and you can tell somebody's behind you?
Or that thing where they put something up to your forehead and you can feel it like right between your eyes before they even touch between your eyes.
Yeah.
Even with
Maybe
your
that's a
eyes
little bit of
closed.
anticipation, um, but yeah, I mean, that's what I thought this was going to be talking about.
I did too. I thought it was
Yeah.
like, "Ooh, can you sense something in the room in the dark?" No, this is more through a medium like sand. But,
Right.
I don't know that if can find a practical use for this research.
With finding cubes in the sand.
Maybe if you're reaching in the junk drawer going, "Where's my keys?" Do we
Yeah.
still have super glue? You can find the super glue before you find it.
Right.
Maybe. All right, enough of the news. Let's get on with something less interesting called Hacks and Strange Stories. These are the 20 of the wackiest tech stories we saw in 2025. Well, we didn't see them until this article came out. In fact, I
Well,
didn't
yeah.
even hear about a couple of these. But number one at the top of the list is someone made a Wi-Fi scream like dial-up. I went and read the full article on this. And what he did is took a Raspberry Pi 3 and then
Uh-huh.
coupled it to an external Wi-Fi and then coupled that to an audio amplifier. So, when we used to hear the old dial-up modem,
Yeah.
he just like does that the whole time. A lot of it is just static noise, but he injected noises to make it sound a little more authentic. It doesn't interfere with the Wi-Fi, and I'm not sure why anybody would want this. Not very
Hey.
practical, but hey, you can do that. Like
Well, what's
many of the
funny is-
things here.
The actual title, I was like, why would somebody do this? Someone made Wi-Fi scream.
Because you
dial-up.
can.
Ah! like,
Like
Have-
the
like having
screaming
the-
goat.
yeah, I was gonna say make the goats scream. Ah!
There's also several others in here. The $75 million domain bet that backfired spectacularly. Somebody registered the domain Lambo.com for $10,000, which I thought was a reference to the Green Bay Packers and Lambeau
Yeah.
Field, but it's Lambo for Lamborghini. And they went and
Oh.
sued him and he lost, and now he's got nothing but legal fees and misery. We also have ChatGPT panics over dead chicken. Apparently, this was a big meme that I completely missed in 2025 when someone prompted ChatGPT how to dispose of a 73 kilogram, that's like 150 pounds, people, 150 dead chicken.
Right.
Went viral on Reddit, spawning thousands of jokes and surreal AI responses. Fun. Somebody else made Minecraft run on a light bulb. Yes, a
Wow.
smart light bulb. They had to take a few features out, but technically it ran on a light bulb, which I think is just a testament of the age we live in. Didn't we just talk about the guy hacking his pressure cooker to play Doom?
Yeah, the 4K.
I think this is a
Doom.
little more impressive, if you ask me. Minecraft on
Yeah.
a light bulb.
Well, I'm surprised that there's enough compute power to do that. Yeah.
Apparently there is. He had to,
Yeah.
the bulb's tiny RISC-V chip, and he had to run an ultra minimal server build, but it ran.
Yeah.
There's also a dress made of the internet. It's really just a bunch of Cat 5 cables, and it looks hideous. It
Hey.
looks like she, what?
Behind those doors in the back, there's some guy going, "Where the hell's my cable?" You know,
Who keeps
They're all-
stealing my yellow patch cables?
Yeah.
The kid who loaded Linux inside a PDF.
That's kind of amazing.
That's impressive. The
Yeah.
floppy disk built from scratch.
Wow.
The
It
guy
looks-
who was looking to get free nuggets by hacking a URL to McDonald's and found out they have security holes you could drive a truck through.
Oh
And
man.
then Burger King said a month later, some other researchers managed to hack Burger King, describing the fast foods giant security as solid as a paper Whopper wrapper in the rain.
In the rain.
There's the
Oh.
electric car that drives upside down. You know how they always say Formula One cars have such downward force that you
Yes.
drive them upside down in a tunnel? That's
Yeah.
kind of what they did, only this isn't Formula One.
Right.
It's an electric
It's like the Batmobile.
Yeah. Few other good ones in here. The creepy furry clip-on robot from Japan that just turns its head and goes,
It looks like that.
Dun,
It looks
dun,
that-
dun.
Yeah, it looks like that meme with the gerbil.
Gopher.
Dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun. Yeah.
So a lot of other fun stuff in here that you can take a look at.
There are
I
a lot of
did not
things
get
in
a
here.
chance to go through all of them, but yeah, 20 strange things that we got in 2025. And why don't we get that article at the beginning of the year so we can have we
It
should
is.
say subscribe to that feed, whatever it is, Craig, because that's Technorama Gold right there.
Okay. All right.
All right. That's the Hacks and Strange Stories. Quick shout out to the chat room. We had a number of people jump in on us when we weren't looking. Tom Pose, we've got Bumper Humper,
Alrighty.
Vlog by Ella. I'm trying to read these, which isn't easy from this distance. We've got Mike Robinson, one of our regulars in here, and James plays games. That's very poetic.
There
43.
you go.
Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. And out of those 43 that originally joined us, we still got one. Give you a status update. It's like the stock ticker you don't want to watch. Let's look at, we got something to remember when this week. Yeah. So the question is, what's up with February? There's
Yeah.
something about February. Let's see. First, I have to say, I accept all cookies, whatever that is. It's remarkable to think that some of the greatest scientific thinkers who ever lived, Darwin, Galileo, Copernicus, and Boltzmann, were all born in early February. The article goes on to say, look, man, there's a lot. Nicholas Copernicus, he's the guy who said this is actually a heliocentric solar system.
Mhm.
And then Galileo, of course, came up and said, I agree. Yeah, of
No, he
course.
was quoted as saying, Galileo, Galileo.
Thunderbolt and lightning, very, very frightening. We've also got Joseph Banks. I thought he was the guy who invented the men's clothing store, but he's not. Also born in early February were two naturalists, Charles Darwin, born 12th of February, 1809, and Sir Joseph Banks, born 13th of February, 1742, much earlier, who they both traveled the world, with Banks joining Captain Cook's voyage to the South Pacific on board the HMS Endeavour. Ooh, I saw a rebuild of that in Australia. Very cool ship. And Darwin sailing on the Beagle, identifying new species, 1300 in the case of Banks. How come we never hear about Joseph Banks?
The suit guy?
No, that's Joseph A. Banks. But I have some of his suits. Yeah.
Right.
We also have another one that you may not have heard of. This is, where was it? Influenced by the thinking of Thomas Malthus, Darwin developed the theory of evolution. Alfred Russel Wallace had developed similar ideas on the origin of species by means of natural selection, went on to transform the way the natural world was understood across the world. I didn't ask for a replay on that. I don't know why it does that. But pretty cool article given to us over at sciencemuseum.org.
Now, the thing is, it's not there's something about February. It's what happened in May.
Right. I think I can figure that part out. I know what happened. Question, why did it happen?
Yeah. You know, weather's nice. It turns,
Maybe Copernicus's mom and dad were, look, it's a lunar eclipse. Hey,
yeah.
baby. And then he got interested in astronomy. That's how it went. Quick thank you to our patrons, the people who make this show possible. Thank you very much to Alexis Duran, Amber Elstad, Amy Bowen, Abner Braverman, Ben Vaughn, Brad Miller, Brian Brown, Chris Martinez, Chris MC, Dandy Mancoyer, Dean Jensen, Denise Inglis, Gary Lindros. I think he's got a birthday
It's today.
Today. We missed it because the show goes out on the 4th, but it's today as we're recording this. Happy birthday, Gary. Jason Pollard, John Clifford, John Noble, Yorga Shrawan, Crazy Joe. What the heck? An article just popped up in front of my screen.
Oh, sorry. I'm
Yeah, quit
deleted
cursing around while I'm reading. Where was I? Jason Pollard, John Clifford, John Noble, Yorga Shrawan, Crazy Joe, Kyle Nishioka, Leon M. Wow, that's mysterious.
Yes.
Mark Kilfoyle, Mike Wills, Sarah Rose, our newest patron, Saturday Morning Media, Stephen Weshy, Steve Cody, Steve Therian, Steve Webb, Steve London, Sylvain Racico, and Tim Cook. These 32 gracious individuals went over to chuckchat.com/Patreon. And for as little as $1 show, we're going to talk more about that in the Patreon show because Patreon's at it again because Apple is pushing some buttons. We'll see what happens there. Last time, procrastination saved us, but I don't think we're going to get lucky twice.
All right.
Let's
Well, we
see.
had some decisions made, so it shouldn't be easy, I guess.
Craig and I will be having a discussion about that at our annual summit on the Star Trek cruise.
The board meeting.
and the board meeting. And if any bad decisions are made, I blame the drink package.
Yeah, right.
All right. If you want to be part of this gang, again, chuckchat.com/Patreon. extra show. You get an extra episode. You get a postcard and or picture and or possibly a t-shirt if you get up to that commander level. So thank you very much to everybody who supports this show month after month after month. Wow, the band just won't quit. Now we get to the part of the show where we talk about what we've been watching, what we've been listening to, what we've been reading.
Welcome to Blockhead.
That's the media corner. That's not what I
That's what I say. Wait a minute.
Hand me the remote.
There you go.
That's it.
Here you go. You got it right here. Oh wait, that's my mini split remote.
Thanks. I got one.
Yeah. Hey, wait.
Hey, I should hand you some punch cards or something.
Right. Yeah.
And hand you my D20. All right. Go ahead. You got quite a list here. You've been watching
Yeah.
more than I have because I've been traveling.
Well, and I haven't been traveling because I've been stuck in the house because of the weather.
Nothing but TV.
So, we watched, my wife and I watched The Wrecking Crew, which is a movie with Jason Momoa and Dave Bautista.
One
And
of
they're
our ukulele guys had a ukulele signed by Jason Momoa.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah, that's
interesting. Okay. I thought the movie was pretty good. It's an action flick. Two brothers, they're kind of estranged, and they have to come together. They, one of them has it in his head that, somebody killed their father. And
Yes.
so they start digging into it, and that's where the mayhem starts.
Is it a
and I-
whodunit kind of thing? A mystery?
No, it's just an action movie. It's
Oh,
a lot,
okay.
yeah, but they start digging into it, and of course, there's explosions and everything else. It's pretty good. I enjoyed it. Yeah, so definitely check that out. The other thing which I thought was okay was Playing Gracie Darling, and it's almost like the Yellow Jackets. I kept getting that Yellow Jacket show that was coming on Paramount Plus.
Okay.
It's almost got those vibes where these kids were doing a seance and things kind of got freaky and that kind of thing. One of them, one of the kids ends up dying or disappearing, I think it was. And they're all trying to figure it out later. And this kind of has flashbacks because they're all adults at this point. And then you see the kid version of the actor. And it's like they did a good job casting the younger versions, but and sometimes when they get switched to it, it's a little you go, oh wait a minute, now we're going, we're looking at the past, we're looking at the future or the present rather.
Yeah.
It was pretty good. Wasn't really super my thing, but Kim seemed to like it all right. Let me keep going.
Go ahead.
All right. The other thing, which it was stupid. It has 70% on Rotten Tomatoes, but it was kind of dumb. Freebird is about
Sesame Street?
no, it's
Ernie
about
walking around going, hey,
no,
Bert.
it's Bert Kreischer, the comedian,
Okay.
and he's in a situation with a family, and I think this is like it's not his family that's playing the characters, but the characters are his family. It's real. I think some of this was taken from his real life because he's got a wife and two daughters, and I believe in real life he has a wife and two daughters.
Mhm.
And it's kind of a situation where he goes to a party. His thing is he takes his shirt off when he does his comedy. Have you ever seen him do a stand up before?
No.
All right. Well, that's his thing. He takes his shirt off and does his stand up routine. Well, he was doing a party for like Rob Lowe, and he was like, whoa, put the shirt back on. And it started, he's like, you mean take the shirt back off? And so it was back on and on and off. And so he wasn't being able to, they were picking on him a little bit, you see. And anyway, things progress. You see, he tries to be something he's not to impress some people. And anyway, that's how the story kind of folds out. It's okay. I didn't think it was that great, but if you like Bert Kreischer, you might like it.
Okay.
Um, the other thing was Code 3, which was uh, basically around an ambulance or paramedics. So there's two paramedics that are they're in the car and they're talking about how much time they're in the ambulance. They're helping people out. The things that they see. It's almost like a dark comedy to a degree. It's got Rainn Wilson in it and uh Lil Rel Howery, excuse me, Howery.
Mhm.
And this through one of the days and Rainn Wilson's character, he's older and he's been there for a while. He's looking to get out. And he thinks he's going to get out. And he does. And he realizes that's not what he wanted. He actually enjoyed it more than he thought, that day-to-day grind. And there's some funny stuff in it. Like I said, sometimes it's a little dark, but it was good. It was a good movie, and that was Code 3, and it's on Hulu. And the other thing, one of them is a YouTube video I saw. I probably should have put this in the Geek Library. It's from the History Channel on YouTube,
Yep.
Gadgets of the 80s, and they talk about video games. Did you watch this?
This is an old series called Modern Marvels. I wish they still
Yeah.
produce this. I love that show. The other one
Yeah.
that made me think of this is How It's Made, where they would show everything
Yes.
from like bowling balls to padlocks. But Modern Marvels was really interesting, but they're getting dated really fast.
Yeah. Well, they were talking about the integrated chips and how they came, got
Yeah.
more powerful as they went on. And of
Yep.
course, the first one they're talking about was the 8088.
4004 was the first one.
What's that?
The 4004.
No, yeah, but they're skipping a little ahead when things started to really pick up and
Okay,
computers
so
started to come
yeah,
around.
the 8080 or
Yeah,
8008
8080
and the
series.
8080. Yeah.
Mhm. And then, of course, they talk about Apple, the golden age of uh, video games with Atari and all that stuff. It was actually kind of fun to go back and watch. Now, it didn't go into super depth, like the Modern Marvels shows did. Not, they didn't really go too deep. But they
Right.
went deep enough, and you go, "Oh yeah, I remember that. Oh yeah, I remember that." And it's kind of fun to watch. And then, of course, the last thing started watching was Doc Martin, which is it's a BBC English show where there's a doctor. He can't quite make it in the hospital setting he was in after
Mhm.
only because he can't stand the sight of blood. So he went back to his hometown as the town doctor, and of course he's kind of stiff, and the town has this really good makeup of weird characters. Everybody's got a quirk, and I really enjoying the show. And of course, my mom and Kim um, love it, and they've been watching it for years. And I'm like, okay, maybe I'll give it a shot. But what started this off was there's an American version of it that just started. And I was like, I read the description. I went, that sounds like a Doc Martin show that Kim and my mom watched.
Yeah.
And it was. And we watched the American version of it. It just is not the same.
As
But
many British shows that they try to bring over to
yeah,
American
it didn't quite
actors.
work.
Yeah,
But
yeah, right.
so I went, let me see if Doc Martin's on somewhere I can watch it. It is on Pluto. It's on demand on Pluto, so you can
Sure.
go watch it, and yeah, it's fun. And it go back, and everybody's got little flip phones and stuff. It's nothing, because I think it was like in the early 2000s when it was coming out.
Yep.
So, but yeah, this is a good show, and I'm gonna watch as much as I can. There's lots of seasons. I think they have been doing it for a while. Let's see. I'm gonna see. Yeah, there's only 79 episodes. Wow, I thought it was more than that. But okay.
79. That's one
Oh.
more than Star Trek.
Well, actually, you know what?
T+.
For the for an English show, that's not too bad because they're about 10 episodes a season. So
Okay.
that's 7 years worth of. Yeah. Okay.
So Donna and I have just finished watching up a series on Hulu called Death and Other Details. The the main actor lady, Violet, I can't remember her name, and her counterpart, who is this old detective. The actor who plays the detective is the same one who plays Indigo Montoya on The Princess Bride. Only now he's
Oh,
much older with a beard and has a
Mandy.
gravelly voice.
What's his name? Mandy.
You killed my father. Prepare to die. Anyway, as I was looking through IMDb, I went, "Holy catfish!" Um, it's a murder mystery show about these people that are on board a ship, but it goes back as far as like 15 years when she was a little girl and witnessed her mother getting blown up in a car. And he comes along and says, "I'm going to solve this for you." And all he could come up with was a name, Victor Sams. Well, now she was kind of adopted by this rich family. They go on this luxury yacht, mini
Mhm.
cruise, and suspicious things start happening. I'm not going to ruin it for you, but
Hmm.
it was a good show from the fact that just when you think you know who done it, you don't know who done it. It was really well done, because they keep peeling back the layers on these characters and going, "Aha! Well, that's motive. Aha!
Right.
That's motive too. Well, wait a minute. Now they're not acting like they should because if they were guilty, they wouldn't have done that." So, very good show on Hulu called Death and Other Details. The other one that I'm almost through is called The Beast in Me on Netflix.
Hmm.
It's about an author who is fallen on hard times. She hasn't had a winning book in several years, and she's starting to write this real snoozer of a book when she gets a new neighbor, and the new neighbor is a bit of a dick because his dogs get loose and they're barking at her door. Someone comes and gets them. They try to apologize with this very expensive wine. Then the car alarms go off at all hours. And wee 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 wee. So it's kind of a swanky neighborhood, and he wants to have a running path put in through the woods, and she doesn't want to accept it because she's like, "Get out of my face." Well, this guy who moves in next door with his trophy wife is accused of killing his former wife, but the body was never found. So, the public is still saying, did he do it? Did he not do it?
Right.
And he convinces her to throw away the idea of a book that she's been working on for a couple of years and has nothing to show for, and says, "Why don't you write a book about me? I'm interesting." And he's really creepy and she's really jumpy, nervous, and she's going, "Well, maybe he didn't do it. Well, maybe he did do it. Maybe he didn't do it." And this like washed up FBI guy shows up. He goes, "Watch out for him. You got to watch out for this guy. He's not who he says he is." And he's been obsessed with Niall, the guy accused of killing his wife, the rich guy.
Right.
Uh, and they're embroiled in trying to develop some New York City property that the councilman is getting in the way of. And it's a lot of back and forth, a lot of good drama. I've got like 2.5 episodes left to go. I'm like, wow, this is really good. I'm not going to ruin it for you whether or not he did kill his wife or not. Uh, but he does some other stuff that strongly suggests that he may have.
Right.
So very much enjoying that just from the storytelling. The actors are doing a great job with this. And every episode is a cliffhanger. You're like, no, don't make me jump into another episode. That's where you know it's a good show. And
Oh, yeah.
I go, we're just going to watch 15 minutes. And then we wind up at the end of another episode going, oh, now we got to watch another 15 minutes. We get sucked into another episode. So
Right.
that's fun. She's not watching that one with me, but I'm going to recommend it to her. So that's the two that I've been watching because I have been away, which we will talk on the Patreon show a little bit more about that. Some fun stories, some funny stories. No real drama. We'll get into that. We do have something in the Geek
Let's hope
Library.
not.
That's Geek Library. One video says this was the top selling video game console of 1976.
Yeah. So this is Lon Seibin. I like watching his channel. It reminds me a lot of his style is a lot the line of tech TV kind of
Yeah.
stuff. And he said that his local not museum, something local, they were celebrating the 250th anniversary or birthday of America. And one of the things that they wanted to do was they were bringing in some old, not just tech, but old things, that kids could see and they
Yeah.
were progressed. So he got this from 1976. I'm sorry. Yeah, 76. It's
Was
the Coleco
the-
Telstar. Huh?
Oh, really? Okay. So it's not the Atari 2600, aka
No. Actually, I'm
this-
surprised he didn't have that, but
no, because I don't think that was out in 76 yet.
um
A bit later.
maybe no, not 76. Yeah, you're right. So anyway, this is the Coleco Telstar, which is really a Pong, thing. They
Was
have-
it? We had a Radio Shack version of that. It was like 3
Yeah.
or 4 games in one.
Yeah, you can flip the switch between tennis, hockey, and handball.
Yep.
And then there's a
if you
beginner,
flip the switch,
intermediate,
like,
and pro.
if you
Huh?
flip the switch right in the middle of like hockey and handball, you could get one guy with 3 paddles and one guy with 2.
Oh.
It was kind of a cheat.
Actually, you know what? I think if you watch this video, that switch may be off a little bit because there's a few things I got to work on this, and he did that, and you could see where there was another paddle, but it was kind of ghosted a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, you can turn it on and off, hit reset, and there's 2 knobs for the 2 players.
Doot, doot.
So yeah, it's pretty cool to go look at. What was funny was this is the best one, the best condition one I could find on eBay, and he flips it over, and it's got. Did it have D-cell battery? It had 6 D-cell batteries, I think, and he didn't have the battery door, so he had them taped in. Just to
That
hold them in-
happens.
It does happen. Of course,
That happens.
nowadays you could 3D print it probably.
Yeah, Grant just loaned me like a guitar foot pedal thing with 3 buttons on it, and I bought an AC adapter, but it still needed batteries for something, and it didn't have a door. And I was thinking about 3D printing it, but then I wrote to Zoom, the same Zoom that does our audio equipment,
Mhm.
and they sent me one for free. I said,
Really?
"That's even better." Yeah,
Wow. Okay.
that was a couple of years ago. It was shortly after I started playing the ukulele.
That's nice.
Yeah, pretty nice.
But
Hey,
yeah, it was funny when he flipped it over. I think my Radio Shack tape recorder I had, I want to say the battery door was broken,
Yep.
and I had to,
I think I had a
Tape 'em in or
Walkman or
something like
2
that.
that was like that.
I had to kind of tape them in. But
The
Anyway.
AM radio that had the one earbud.
that's right. Anyway, go check this out. Consider subscribing to his channel because he does good work.
All right, that's it for the Geek Library, which means we're at the end of the show, bringing you to our question of the week for you next time for episode 797. Wow. I know. Why is it taking us till March 15th? Because we've got the Star Trek cruise in there as well.
Yep.
That's what pushing it out into March. 797. Our question will be: if a digital archaeologist from the year 2126 came and dug up your primary junk drawer, now this could be physical or it could be a digital folder,
Mhm.
what would they conclude was the most important yet completely useless relic of our time?
Look at my digital folder. What are all these meme images from?
Just
What?
take the downloads folder. The downloads folder never gets cleaned.
That's not true.
I just
actually got
dumped a whole bunch of stuff out of mine too. I went from like 1,000 items down to 100.
I got a script that runs, and anything older than 30 days it just deletes.
I should do that. But there's always something in there that I'm like, oh no, I just want to, especially like
It's either got to go
the
somewhere.
downloads. If I download the latest version of Audacity, I should stick that into like an apps folder in the cloud or something. So there are some
Solid.
apps that you can't get no more.
That's what the website Old Versions is for.
Oh, I thought it was old virgins. Damn.
What? No. Old Versions has old software that's not available really anywhere else. Or like, here's MSN Messenger. I wonder if they have ICQ.
Oh, Adium. That chat client that let you talk to AOL and Gmail and Yahoo at the same time.
Yeah.
Trillium was another one of those.
Trillium. Yeah. There is ICQ all the way to version 2000A.
Yeah, except none of that will run because they go, this isn't a 64-bit app.
What server are we connecting to? Oh,
Can I spin up a VM in the cloud for Windows 3.1?
I see now oldversion.com, excuse me, has Windows, Mac, Linux, Android apps as well as some games. So cool. Doom
Cool.
1, 2. Oh, this is great. This has been a good resource. I've downloaded stuff off here before.
Add that one to the library. Oldversion.com. All right, that takes us to the end, which means it's time to hear that. Not that music, this music. I was one button off. The
Yeah.
cymbals.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us on the show, whether you're listening later or watching now or watching later, wherever you're getting us, whenever you're getting us. Thank you. It's been a wonderful February, hasn't it? Happy Groundhog Day to you.
Yeah.
And we wish you all the best. Thank you, Craig, for all the research and development. If you, dear listener, want to get in on the action, you can call us on the listener line. Again, 707-530-2428 is the number to reach us, or email us, technorama@chuckchat.com. Ding! Just like that.
Yeah.
Just like on the screen if you're watching. Thank you to everybody who hung out with us in the chat. And till next time, tell a friend about Technorama. Watch their face go cringy. And Craig's going to give us a binary high five.
101.
Sorry, my FX thing was on.
You got a robot in your throat. All right.
I want to see what this one does. Hello. Oh, it's a megaphone.
Here's my digital.
Craig wishes to remain anonymous on this episode.
Leave $1 million in a paper bag under the oak tree down the Inland Road.
Then the FBI came to our door. It looked pretty serious. All right. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out with us. We're going to end the video stream now. And that would look like this. Bye.
Bye.